Okay, cool.
Welcome back to Fandom Nonsense.
In
I guess welcome to
stereo.
it. Whatever.
Yeah,
Fucking, we're in stereo, HD resolution.
4K.
No,
Episode
That part.
101. We crossed this threshold, and nothing much has changed that much. Well,
Yep.
we
the new century.
yeah, the angle looks better.
Boom.
This is probably the nicest that we've looked in a long time. So that's one thing.
You know what I just realized?
What's that?
We have this podcast has been on for 3 years, and in that entire time, a war has been happening from our country that we live in.
Really?
So we are actually a wartime podcast.
Oh, wow.
In the annals of history, people will come back and
Yeah.
think, "Wow, during America's longest conflict up until this point, our brave citizens were taking aside the time to enjoy our TV shows and cartoons.
I think
Yeah.
they'll remember the pandemic a little more.
No, they'll all be dead.
It'll all be in the same stew of like a historical,
I feel like we should have like an award on the wall for this. Now that you've said that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
something just
Someone
like
send us an award. We don't care who.
that plaque. Yeah.
As we were saying, welcome to Fandom Nonsense. I'm Zach.
I'm Colin.
I'm Aaron, and also Nolan.
I'm Goose.
And I am Dandelion.
Dandy, you've been jacked of your identity.
They're probably whoever they are probably so goddamn confused about who you two are.
That's fine.
That's all. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So let's just jump right in with that. The blip scene was kind of horrifying.
Oh yeah.
Oh, in the hospital and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah. I just didn't, you didn't think about like them all showing up again being
Right.
as traumatic. Which how does that fucking work? Because you wouldn't be in the same relative place in space. Whatever.
Right.
If you blip back where you blipped away, you'd be hundreds of thousands of miles away from
Yeah.
the Earth.
I guess it's just a relative position to your planet. Don't think about it too much.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's
Do
fine.
not think about
But-
the rotation of the
We don't have
planet.
time for
Okay,
that.
right. This does raise questions that I think are worth asking about, like, how did everybody deal with the fucking trauma of returning?
Right.
You
What
know,
if somebody returned in the exact same spot somebody else was standing?
Don't they mention having like support groups for like that kind of stuff in one of the other movies?
Captain America was in a support group
Yeah,
for
they show
people
them in Endgame.
Yeah.
who were left behind.
Right.
I like to go with the thing that it's space magic, and it deals with
it's
the.
fine. We don't need
It's
to.
science
It's-
magic.
well,
Yeah,
it's based on-
sorry, I'm really curious
It's
now.
based off intention.
Col-
so I mean,
Colin, if I blipped out and 5 years later you're standing exactly
it's based
where I
off
was
intention.
standing.
It's based off intention. It's just like every other goddamn magic teleportation in every fucking
Yeah.
game ever. It shoves you to the nearest safe spot.
Right. And the
Oh.
only one that shows when
It's-
that goes wrong
it's
is the
space
plot.
What would that
We all
feel
took
like
IO.
to
This is
you?
101 shit.
Yeah.
Right. Like if you're talking about junting yourself through into a space in any RPG or anything, it puts you in the spot closest to the point that you wanted to get that is safe.
Yeah.
And if your intention is, hey, bring everybody back, I don't think making Cronenberg monsters out of people on accident
I was
is
thinking
probably
like
going to
you'd
be in your fucking
explode.
intention.
I really wish that did happen.
It would have been funny.
If the show had the fucking balls.
Oh my god. Who owns Doppelganger?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And it was, I mean, it's
Probably Sony.
Hulk that brings everybody back, right?
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
a
did the
character
thing.
named
I don't know why I said
Doppelganger
right, like
was
I
in
didn't
The
just-
Boys, but that's and it did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Neither.
neither here nor there.
Right.
One
But yeah, again,
division.
we could spend an
bum,
hour getting into the science,
The minutia.
magic, and minutia.
I never should have.
of the blip, but yeah, Director Haywood is a fuck.
Yeah,
I don't.
very Joe Biden type.
Yeah, and like I told Aaron, maybe it's just my aversion to cops, but I don't trust that dude.
Yeah, me neither. I think it's very telling when he's talking with. Is her name Geraldine for real?
No, it's Monica.
Monica. Right. I just dumb
Monica
brain.
Rambo?
Mhm.
Yeah, old Monty Rams. When she first interacted with him, and she was just like, "Congratulations, director," or whatever, and then she's like, they made a good choice, and he was just like, it was the only choice. I think he was like double speaking there to say that like he was the only person for the job, and to say what he was like implying to her, which was they had no other choice but to promote me to your mom's position, because she was director before him, right? Okay, yeah. So.
Well,
Can I divert back to Doppelganger for a second?
Uh-huh.
You're talking about the... I looked it up. I didn't know who you were talking about.
The Spider-Man villain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
But also, I think they're still just owned by Marvel,
Okay.
if you were wondering.
I would assume with it being a Spider-Man thing, that is probably Sony, but they may not have grabbed that one.
It genuinely makes me want to vomit. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
Part of me wants to
And
think that what's his name? What is his name?
Hayward.
Hayward. There's something bigger, like because of the whole hex thing I was telling you about before. You've seen how like everything has like a hexagon shape.
Yeah.
All around. Most of it makes sense because it's in the TV show or whatnot, except for the one thing that you see, which is he has different plaques that are up for like his awards and whatnot, and they are in the shape of a hexagon.
I mean,
Only thing outside of the WandaVision world that I've seen.
Maybe he's Jewish.
well, probably not considering he's Hydra.
Yeah,
In the
he's Hydra.
Oh,
In the comics, he
okay.
is.
Hayward is Hydra?
Yeah.
Hayward is
Part of
Hydra?
the-
I have some
part of the-
really
Hydra.
bad news to break to you.
Part
but
of the
there were
centipede.
Jewish Nazis.
That's you get you.
What does it? Never mind. Okay.
He was saying Hydra. Hydra was involved with the Nazis.
Yeah.
It was a joke. Anyway, no, he's
Quit
No,
getting
involved
so
with
defensive
the-
over Nazis.
He's involved with the Centipede project. It's like a super soldier project.
Hayward?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's also deliberately turning sword into like a weapons manufacturing thing.
Yeah, he threw a missile at her.
Dude, yeah,
Yeah.
straight up,
Fucking-
no remorse.
Okay.
I love how they're like, well, we have to send in, and we're getting ahead of ourselves here, but I love how they're like, we have to send in something that's from the same time period so she won't change it.
Right.
So they send in a 1980s fucking drone. Like, yeah, she's not going to notice that. Sure, you got past her fucking, like mental defenses, but she's going to notice, you notice a fucking drone flying through suburbia.
That's like
I don't think she's the only one controlling it.
No,
I think she,
No,
I
not
think
at all.
She has her hands on the reins, but the cart itself is not her.
There, we'll get
And-
there.
Well,
but I agree with you.
It's the fucking neighbor. Am I right?
Agnes?
Yeah.
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 So
Two right place, right time, all the time. Literally, Vision says it.
Yeah.
So first of all, in episode 4, on the fucking on the wall with all the people, which wasn't supposed to show up that early. They probably moved that scene ahead of time to explain things, because the interaction that Vision has with Norm in episode 5 is written in Norm's description on the wall, that you can barely make it out. Someone took a screenshot of it, like his whole, like, when Vision took him out of his head and everything. So that, yeah, it was already up there. But beside the point.
But yeah, no, you get everybody's name in it except whenever they're showing, except for Agnes. That's the only person that you don't see up on the wall of people.
Ah.
Are we talking about that now?
Are we talking about?
Agnes?
I mean, yeah, we can go and talk about Agnes now.
Never-
Whenever,
Everdeen?
like, they're going, she's, like, gonna help take care of the babies, and Vision says no, and she looks at Wanda and is like, so you want to take it from the top?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You want to try that again?
Yeah, see, nobody else breaks like that except for Agnes.
Right. That.
Yeah.
And the fact that every time that Billy and Tommy age themselves up, Agnes is there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Real creepy shit going on with that.
Yeah.
This, of course, leading me and all of us to believe that Mephisto is involved.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're gonna have the balls to have it be Mephisto, or if they're gonna have it be Agnes in some other way or form.
I
fucking
think
with
if
stuff.
that is the case, Agnes will be like our lead to Mephisto.
An Harbinger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
God, I hope that after all this shit that they pulled now, that they have the balls to do it.
Right.
But
Yeah.
will a cult hit with the superhero
Yeah.
fanboys as well, or like the mainstream superhero fans? I guess is the
Hard
question.
to say.
This have you guys watched Film Theory at all? No.
I've watched.
I've watched.
There's this
yeah,
particular
but
episode that was about this. It came out a couple days ago, talking about how Wanda might end up becoming they said big bad of this phase, but maybe becoming some sort of antagonist down the road.
Scarlet Witch has been like an anti-hero at times, and like they've really problematized her storyline with incest, as we've talked about before.
Yeah.
But she's generally, she's often seen as somebody that needs to be like continually reminded, because she has such a large degree of power and such
And trauma.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and like this is by the end of WandaVision, she's probably gonna have a lot more, because those kids they're not real.
I think they're real, but I
they're
think
not
they're real
real.
in the worst way.
In the comics, they I think it's Magneto. It says that they're fucking real. They have souls. They're just not human souls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Wanda made souls for them in the comics, though. So I don't know.
I read this quote the
gonna
last
pop out.
podcast we were on.
Yeah.
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 Because we were. That's
Right.
where I got it from.
So, I'm really mad that we didn't have a podcast last week, because when me and Harley were watching the episode, we talked about it. I fucking called it, and there's no record of me fucking calling it.
So it's a lie.
It's a lie.
Always be recording, Zach.
Right.
Which thing?
Vision.
Oh.
The dead Vision.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can't remember if it was you or Harley was like, he's not dead. Like, that's not his actual body. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And the motherfucker had the nerve to be like, she stole the Vision's body against his wishes and against the Sokovia Accords.
Right.
Bitch, what the fuck were you doing with
Yeah,
his body? Like,
exactly.
you see that shit? It was all like torn
Yeah.
up and everything, dissecting it.
Right.
Sentient weapons.
Right.
Yeah. Hayward's
God.
fuck.
Yeah.
Man,
that's some real bullshit.
In their little during those little scenes, whenever Haymitch, is that his name? What's his name? Asian guy from
Woo.
Woo. Yeah, whenever Woo starts talking about how Scarlet Witch has like the ability, like she could have 1v1 Thanos and put him in the ground.
Yeah.
And the other person's kind of like starting to mention Captain Marvel, and he's like, I don't know about it. I feel like Captain Marvel could get the shit kicked out of her by Scarlet Witch.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
No.
I think what
I
was
would hope
being,
so.
what was being like, do you want to,
No, you go
God,
ahead.
I'm so...
I was going to say like,
Remember that when Wanda fought Thanos, he didn't have the gauntlet. When Carol did, he did have the gauntlet. Like, just straight Thanos, Wanda can take him, Carol can take him. That's about it.
I don't think he had the gauntlet on whenever he was fighting her, did he?
Yeah, because she was pulling it off, and he took the
Oh.
Power Stone out and fucking decked her.
See, I thought that they were like pulling it between each other, and that's when he grabbed it.
No,
I didn't think he was wearing it.
No, he had it.
Mm.
So yeah, but the important thing of that is, yes, to just throw that little nod to the fandom that yes, Wanda, as you would assume based on that moment where Thanos had to call in a blitz to stop her, could have killed Thanos if she had a few more seconds there.
Yep.
But also to establish that there is some bad blood between Monica and Carol.
That was actually what I was gonna mention.
Yeah. What? We don't know. I mean, will probably come up in Captain Marvel 2. But that's the story beat important thing there. But another somewhere around that scene was the what was it that Monica said? Oh yeah, she mentioned an aerospace engineer. Make you think of anybody? I mean, I can't believe they'd pull that quick.
Rocket?
Who? Reed.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think that would be just delicious.
Yeah.
I would love that. Dr. Reed Richards from Fantastic Four. He's Mr. Fantastic. He's the guy with the stretchy arms.
Stretchman.
Yeah, he's stretchy boy.
The first actual concept for a character that could stretch. Because before that,
Boy.
you know what I mean? Like all of the previous ones, Rubber Band Man,
Plastic
Man.
Elastic Man.
Right. Like he had an identity beyond.
Elastigirl.
He was Stretchy Boy.
The Incredibles.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Plastic Man was a robber, I guess. And he was
Plastic Man was dope, though.
sardonic.
He was great.
So, I mean, we're building up to that, and I mean, Sword was like astronomics, whatever. It was space shit before they grounded it. So it's possible that they were a team, and right at this point, Reed Richards is just an aerospace engineer.
Oh, so he hasn't gotten...
Yeah.
Oh, and they talked about cosmic background radiation,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which is kind of what turns... In the Marvel Universe, it's like a power.
Yeah.
The power cosmic.
Yeah. In the MCU, the Infinity Stones created the Big Bang or whatever. Like,
yeah.
the Infinity Stones have been around since the Big Bang, and even though they're at a molecular level now, still have to like hold the universe together. So that's the question. Like, are they just being like scientific with it? Of like, yes, all radio waves, go back to the Big Bang or whatever, or CMBR or whatever, or is it an allusion to the Infinity Stones, them talking about the CMBR? But
Could be either.
yeah.
I mean, if this is the case, if we're starting to talk about the power cosmic, which is such like a big thing in like the space portion of like the Marvel Universe, and we
Right.
haven't really touched on it, I hope we get a fucking on-screen Captain Universe. That'd be really cool.
I mean,
It's kind of a Deus Ex Machina, and it works better in comics, but I think it is possible to have that translate well.
you got to go bigger, and
Yeah, how do you go bigger than fucking...
Thanos?
Yeah.
And what we've already had. So, and we know that we're getting the Eternals. So, I would assume that we're opening up. I mean, it would seem that we're possibly opening things up on multiple fronts, both or in terms of the cosmic side of things. Obviously, the time travel and multiverse nonsense, and if we're right about Agnes and Mephisto, then I wonder if you'd say the spiritual or celestial realm of Marvel getting into more of that side of the deep magic kind of thing. But so speaking of, so the boys, which their names line up with the comics. Billy is Wiccan, Tommy is Speed, and if you notice, they're using their powers together when they age up, because they're speeding up reality.
Yeah. Whoa.
Also, Wanda can't control them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool point.
Yeah.
Well, they're babies.
Yeah.
Or even at all.
had to stop him from aging up that last time.
Yeah.
And she seemed shocked that she couldn't control them as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, and that last time, I have to give it up to Lizzie Olsen's acting in this, in general, in this whole show, but in this episode in particular. Like, that the whole moment with her and the boys, and that, like, I know I'm being a hypocrite right now, but I have to be a hypocrite to be a good mom kind of thing, of, like, her processing the lie that she's telling them in that moment.
She's like telling them the reasoning behind why she shouldn't have resurrected Vision
Right.
up until Vision enters the scene.
Yeah.
And you just like immediately feel it. Like,
Yeah.
Didn't at one point, I may have misheard it because we weren't using like subtitles or anything. When didn't they basically say like, you brought Viz back?
No.
Like,
Yeah,
those
they
weren't
never
the
said
right
that to
words.
him.
Because
Not to her.
why did Agnes say you can do that?
Oh, because I mean, they didn't.
Agnes said it's surprised.
I know, but
Yeah.
what was the line is what I was asking.
They said
they were
one of them-
asking her to bring Sparky
yeah.
back.
You can bring anything
You
back.
can,
Yeah.
you can
like,
do anything, Mom. Bring back the dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think the important thing there is that no, Wanda can't. Like, of all the powers that she has, that's not something that she can
Right.
do. She can't just bring
That's okay.
And she
that's
can make
what-
a new reality where he isn't
Which
dead.
I
Which
love
I don't
how
know
they
if that's-
explain Pietro.
Hmm? Oh my God!
What'd you say, Nolan?
I was just trying to say that what I think is happening is that if Mephisto's involved, what has happened is that Scarlet Witch has made a deal with him in order to resurrect Mephisto, or in order to
Vision.
resurrect Vision.
Yeah.
And the cost of that was having to take on his
Yeah.
progeny
Yeah.
with the kids.
And it's all an illusion or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, what's outside of Westview, you don't want to know. Really don't want to know, because Vision presumably can't live outside of Westview, whatever
Right.
living is for him. And that's the other side of just being blown away by her acting in this episode.
When she's out of the hex.
Okay, that too, and I love her code switching back to the accent.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's more intimidating to them.
Well, it's more intimidating, but it's also like through Civil War to Endgame, she lost it because she was a spy and she was trained by Black Widow that you hide the most easily identifiable things about you. That's why Black Widow constantly dyes her hair, and that's why Wanda had an American accent. But whether she was intentionally or not, it was a stressful situation, so the mask just completely dropped. And you just had her, you know what I mean? Like, there wasn't any intention of any kind of, like, accent or hiding it or anything like that. It's just like
You know
when
who the
you're-
fuck I am.
It's like when
why are
you're-
you here?
It's like when you're mad or drunk,
Right.
the Southern comes out.
I thought she was trying to. This may be just like another edge to this, another side to it. She may have just been like deliberately not hiding anything or using her nascent accent because she knew that from their perspective, that's how they like view her,
Right.
and that's how they're contextualizing all of this. Is that, oh shit, like we can't do anything about this. A, because she fucking mind controlled everybody, but
Which is like an update on her powers. Like, we've never seen her do that before.
I think it's just because it's like a very immoral thing to do,
Yeah.
and it's always seen as such whenever she has done.
I mean, we've seen her be like, even in Age of Ultron, all she ever did was just kind of funk with people's minds. She never just deliberately just went, "Hey, like you're now on my side." Just
Right.
kind of like took over
Yeah.
their brain.
right.
That could be another product of the Mephisto stuff as well.
No, that's something that's
think
like
it's just
something
her
that she
going-
can do already.
Yeah, she's just going full hog,
Again,
She's
Wanda
potentially
is
one.
OP.
Yeah, she's one of the most in the show you can't, or in the movies you can't. They can't describe what they do, and in the comics they can, and it still doesn't make sense
Yeah.
what she can do.
Right. She's, very formidable.
She alone like destroyed the Avengers in a set of comics.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Which there have been a few characters that were able to pull that off for different reasons, but
Mhm.
The recasting Pietro line.
Okay.
No, it's not even. Oh, it's not even recasting, man, and I love it because of that. He's the same. He's the same.
He's the one from
Yeah.
X-Men.
Okay, I have.
What's up?
If this whole goddamn multiverse thing is just to give a backdoor excuse to canonize those shit tier fucking Raimi and Singer movies, that's garbage. That's absolute fucking garbage storytelling.
Yeah, I agree. But I
Like, now,
I don't think it's for that. I think that is a consequence of
I
this.
don't think so.
Really?
Yes. I think that this is... I think Occam's razor says that this is what they say it is. It is a recast. Pietro is dead.
Yeah.
And he's dead and... Well, he's not buried. The fucking shit he was living on was destroyed or whatever. He's fucking gone. She can't bring his body back.
Right. Okay, so she had him missing in her life, and so this is just what the illusion has created as...
We already know from the last 2 episodes that the people in the town are not themselves.
Yeah.
That her or something... It's interesting that Norm says, make her stop, and when Vision... prods about it, he never says who it is.
Yeah.
We're assume it's Wanda, but maybe the other one.
Yeah.
But regardless, we know that people are being made to not act like themselves here. So I think that's what's going on. I think that it being Evan Peters is the same thing with J.K. Simmons in Far From Home or any of the rumored things like fucking Jamie Foxx coming back to play Electro, but he said he's playing a different version of Electro. It doesn't I don't think they're hopping from those movies into this. I think it's just, well, we can bring in these characters from another universe, and maybe some of them we can do a wink and the nod to fans and recast some of these old people. No, you know what I mean? But I don't think that it's the fucking Quicksilver from Days of Future. And he doesn't act like him either.
No, he acted like a douchey 50s biker.
I bet
we
it's
are
Blackheart
in
and just another skin. You know what I mean? Because if Mephisto's involved in this, why wouldn't he be taking on this sun role too? Yeah.
Yeah. And that's another possibility is that he is not at all who he says he is.
What's the difference between Captain America and Hawkeye?
One throws a shield while the other shoots a bow.
No, Captain America has a vibranium shield, and Hawkeye has a Quicksilver one. Not my joke, but it's still. I saw it.
You
and I
know
was
what?
like,
I've
oh,
not
no.
seen any of these movies save the ones that we've all seen together. So for a minute, I was like,
Who's Hawkeye?
no, I know who Hawkeye is. The Quicksilver part.
Oh.
Because I don't know anything about them besides the fact that incest.
Oh man.
But Norm,
yeah, brother.
the character or the actor that plays Norm, fucking amazing acting on his end as well.
For real.
That's what I was trying to say this whole
Good
time.
The actor who plays who?
Norm.
Oh yeah, Norm. Yeah. That
flipped
switch was
on
so good.
Oh, and it was twice back to back.
He was just like, what was it? So, where do I put the postage stamp?
So, but before, and I could eat crow on Pietro, but I do not, because just because I think that's just that's a DC move. That's completely abandoning good storytelling for fan service.
I saw this theory, and it was on Reddit, so take that as much as you will. Right. People think that Quicksilver is also for some reason behind this, but not in the way that you would think. I can't remember what the theory was because I didn't fucking understand it. But they think that he's involved, even though I was like, isn't he dead? I don't know.
Yeah, that seems weird.
I think whoever's playing the part of Quicksilver may be behind it, but that's obviously been shielded from our perspective.
Right. But before we get
I was going to say that Quicksilver is the type of character who things happen to.
Mm-hmm.
He's not really he's not really behind shit ever.
Yeah. Before he shows up, though, we have the fight. We have the domestic dispute, and the fucking just energy in in Wanda's face after she rolls the credits and Vision is just like, we're not done here.
Yeah,
and she just in that fucking snap around like, oh, we're not.
Yeah.
Like, oh god, I don't want to be you right now, dude.
I still, man, I loved how much she tried to show like control over it. Just like, I run the show, and then tried to walk away. She made the credits run.
Yeah.
Like, you can't control me like them, Wanda.
Can't I?
And then, which, by the way, I think this is absolutely my least favorite theme song so far. But 80s theme songs are kind of But the fucking somber
the piano riff.
Yeah, the fucking after school special.
The Full House move, for sure.
At the end of the episode was too.
I guess Family Matters did that too. I like how that house is like simultaneously the Family Matters house, the fucking Full House house.
Growing Pains.
The Growing Pains house.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Maybe less the Full house, but
it had a lot of that feel, especially with
the staircase in one side that like goes
Agnes
up
as
to
well.
Yeah.
Agnes always being there.
She was Kimmy.
Just at any moment,
Wait,
like to
Kimmy
pop
Gibbler?
up with something. Yeah, Kimmy Gibbler.
But so, what you're left with pretty much a binary choice in that scene is Wanda telling the truth that she doesn't know how all this started and she's not in control of everything, or is she straight up fucking gaslighting Vision right now?
Yeah.
Very strange stuff going on because we're seeing two Wandas, right? We're seeing the Wanda that's like outside of the hex, being very deliberate and trying to protect its boundaries and keep it intact, and then we're seeing the Wanda inside of it who seems like she's at an equal like level of illusion, and it like only has like a little bit of agency, like in the context of the hex. She seems like she is as much trapped by convention in there.
I mean, she's still able to use her powers inside of there.
Yeah. No, what I mean is like,
and
her action wise, like her attitude towards her surroundings, because she seems like she is engaging with her agency, and that she's trying to like talk down Vision, and she's like manipulating people around her, and the whole thing with Geraldine. But I think that she, in parallel, she also is seeming like she's equally a victim of this situation.
Yeah, I think she's living the lie, but as you said at the start, I agree. I don't think that she's the one necessarily pulling the strings. It's her power or whatever doing it, but I don't think that she's consciously doing all of this.
And like whenever she throws I guess Geraldine, since it is in that episode, back through the walls, you can see like after it's done, she looks shocked in herself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looked purposely intentional the way everything formed, but then the moment it was over with, she was like, "Oh fuck, gotta put this back together." Oh fuck.
And the fact that there seems to be stuff that is happening in the thing that she isn't in control of, although she doesn't seem too worried about it.
Right.
All right, so I'm going to call it. It's Agnes from under the radar, pretty much using Wanda's power to control this whole little area. And her job from Mephisto is to take care of the kids or something like that.
For the children.
Yeah, for the children.
Oh.
That's why that Ooh, doggy. Down. Yeah. What happened? What happened? They came in walking together side by side.
That was really weird.
They were like, "We fought. We're sorry."
Ow!
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh man.
Danned her butt.
That had to hurt.
But I mean, she keeps on showing up like at any time they need something. Like she is like a godmother to this.
Yeah.
For the children.
And I'm guessing the father is the one that put it, started it.
Yeah.
Here, lay down over here.
I think it was Colonel Mustard in the
hallway?
conservatory with the rope.
It's always Miss White with the lead pipe.
I think it was Blaine in the red room with the glizzy.
Not the green glizzies.
Not the green glizzies.
But yeah. I hope I'm right. I'm probably not, but I hope I'm right.
I must be hungry because that made me crave a pickle, and that's not really something that happens.
Gross.
Green
Gross.
Wizzies.
So gross.
That-
So gross.
What's up, guys?
I will never
Gross.
forget just
You
fucking.
guys can have your pickle party 20 feet that way.
if he
I
just
mean,
going.
we can all agree that the
Where are you
Vlasic
going?
stork is hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck it, but I wouldn't eat it.
The stork.
What?
Yeah.
You wouldn't eat the stork or the pickles.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
Bird meat is a little bit gamey, but if you get the taste for it.
Oh, that.
I wonder what a stork
I don't
tastes
know how I
like.
made that any
I
clearer.
don't think
to
I've
you.
ever had any kind of crane.
I don't think that's waterfowl is good. I don't know.
I like duck. Duck's amazing.
Duck's not bad.
Goose,
I guess I
goose
meant
is
like
pretty awesome.
gulls and shit like that.
I
Like
did not mean that as a joke.
I take
mean
that
actual
offensively.
goose. I did not mean that as a joke.
I
Fucking-
completely forgot it.
Yeah. I mean, like it's terrible, but I had to cook with foie gras a lot at one point.
What is that?
It is goose liver
That's what I thought it was.
that is fattened up with geese that are fed only corn for fucking forever, basically force fed.
Mm.
I actually like eating livers of things. That's a thing about me.
Liver and onions is good. I don't.
Yeah.
That's a
Fucking-
thing about me.
It's been a minute since I've had
There's
liver and
a
onions.
out at Patty's. There's a liver and onions on the kids menu, and it's an actual thing that you can order.
Welcome back to Liver and Onions, the
right.
podcast.
I'm Zach.
I'm Liver.
Your line was, and I'm onions.
No thanks.
No thanks.
Opinions are like casseroles. Everybody's got one, and they sometimes smell like onions.
Right. Bye.
What?
What?
I'm so good. Wait, you don't. You shouldn't mute us for the credits.
Opinions
You,
are like
you should
assholes.
always let us run through with the credits. And
I
talk,
have too
talk
many.
for a second.
I said cat.